Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And today I'm gonna be ranking all the soldiers. This was suggested by someone, so I uh, I just went and made it for him. Someone also recommended to do chompers, so that one's probably gonna be next. And that one is probably gonna take a bit longer than this one because this one is easily ranked, and I don't know anything about chompers, so that's gonna take a while. But I'm still gonna try it, and well, let's just begin with the video. And at the number 10 spot, I put Super Commando. This character really isn't too good, mainly because when he fires, he just slows down. That's a little bit annoying because it's pretty much just an all-star with soldier abilities, and that really isn't something you want because, well, the slowdown is really negative, but you do get a higher fire rate, but it has a cooldown, so that's also something I don't like, and he does low damage, so yeah, that's the reason why he's at number 10. And at the number 9 spot I put Centurion. I think he's better than General Supremo because he can literally do everything better, except for short range, because yeah, his short range, because he doesn't have a good fire rate, and his damage is just lacking. He is good at mid-range and long range because of his fire damage, and because he's very accurate from long range. You can easily hit your shots, you can easily just kill people, and yeah, that's the reason why he's at the number 9 spot. And at the number 8 spot I put Camo Ranger, mainly because he's a long range character. And I really don't think you should play any soldier at long range. That's the reason why Centurion was at number 9 in the first place. So, you know, I don't know if you guys will be mad that I put this here, but, you know, long range really isn't the stuff for soldiers, in my opinion. His short range is actually very, very underrated. Like, you know, you can actually do some really good damage on short range, but that's the reason why he's at the number 8 spot. And at the number 7 spot I put Park Ranger. I think from now on we'll get into the good category because I don't think any soldier after this is bad. Beginning with this one, Park Ranger is actually underrated. He can do some insane damage, mainly because of the Sting Cloud. People think the Sting Cloud is actually useless, but if you can hit your shots, the damage will add up very, very high. You can get some very good numbers with him. I just think he's just underrated because you can kill groups very, very easily. But I don't think he's better than anyone else on this list. If you disagree, you can just put it in the comments. But yeah, that's the reason why he's at the number 7 spot. And at the number 6 spot I put Tank Commander. The reason he isn't higher is what y'all are probably asking yourselves. Because of his range. Like, you can't do anything from long to mid range. Like, it's very hard to hit your shots from long range. There's no way it does more than like 32 damage or something from long range. Well, if you can even hit your shots from long range, that's already something that's pretty much impossible. But his close range is very, very deadly. You can pretty much just destroy everyone from close range. I can't think of a character that can actually beat him at close range, except for Torchwood maybe, because of his Blaze and Blast and his HP. But yeah, that's the reason why he's at the number 6 spot. And at the number 5 spot, I put Sky. It should be pretty obvious that he's in the middle, because he's literally regular foot soldier with a higher fire rate and lower damage. He is actually pretty good from mid range. He's actually very good at mid range. He's okay at close range, but long range just really isn't it for him, because of his recoil he gets when he shoots. And with that high fire rate, then you should see that it's pretty bad. But close range is actually pretty underrated because he can literally shred people. Because of his fire rate, he can kill people very fast. But he has to reload a lot. So, and his reload time is like, okay, it's not bad or good. It's just normal. And yeah, that's the reason why I set the number 5 spot. And at the number 4 spot I put Arctic Trooper. There isn't really much to say about him because he's a very solid character. But you may be wondering why I set the number 4 spot and not like number 1 or 2. Because he's terrible at taking out groups. Let's just be honest. You can't take on groups. One-on-one, this guy is probably the best in the game. But in groups, against groups I mean, it's just very bad. You can't do anything. Because his damage isn't that high. But I think you can freeze 2 people with 1 clip. But I'm not sure about that. But it always feels like it. And if you shoot people, you slow them down, and if you hit them enough, you freeze them. So that's just pretty much a free kill if you freeze them. And it's easier to hit people when they're frozen because they get slower. But I just don't think he is higher because of his ability to take on groups or his damage. And yeah, that's the reason why he's at the number 4 spot. And at the number 3 spot, I put Scuba Soldier. People say that he's worse than Tank. I just don't think so. Because Tank has 2 shots. 1 shot. And Scuba has 2. And he almost does the same damage. 60 and 65, I think. Tank Commander does. And I just rather have that ability with seeing people through walls. Which is actually very underrated. People say it's bad. But it really isn't. It's actually better than people think. It helps you with like ZPGs, just like I did with that corn. Just predicting and just easily hitting it. And I think his DPS is better than Tank's, but I am not sure about that one. But yeah, that's the reason why he's at the number 3 spot. And at the number 2 spot I put Regular Soldier. This is pretty much the most versatile character you can think of. It's pretty much the most versatile character in the game. Like you can do everything with him. You can go short range, like you can pretty much destroy from close range. You can do mid range. He's probably the best at mid range, just shredding people. Long range, he isn't too great at it. That's pretty much the only down thing about him. But he's actually, his long range is pretty underrated. People say it's bad, but it really isn't as bad as people say it is. But it really isn't the best. But you can pretty much do anything else with him that you want. And yeah, that's the reason why he's at the number 2 spot. And at the number 1 spot I put Super Commando. The majority of people would have probably said like Foot Soldier, but I just don't think so, because this guy's mid-range ability is actually insane. There's no character that can win against him from mid-range. His long range is actually pretty decent. It does low damage, but you can easily hit your shots from long range. His close range is okay. It's not too good. Because you have a burst. So that means it's very hard to hit all 3 shots. But close range does do like 22 damage or something like that. But yeah, mid-range ability is just way too good to put him any lower than this. His burst is just way too powerful. He does have a very quick low reload time, because after every shot you have to reload, but it's almost like you don't have to. Because it's like half a second or something. I'm not sure about that, but I do think so. But yeah, that's the reason why he's at the number 1 spot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers at the end of this year. I hope I'm gonna get it, but I'm not sure about it because it's pretty hard. It's almost the end of the year, but well, I'll see you guys in the next one.